Matti, the last time on your workplace, how does it feel?
Awkward, different. I don't know. It's have been so much fun to be on the bench behind the guys, and I have been love it so much. So I'm gonna miss it. I'm really gonna miss it a lot.
Now, obviously, it's kind of, like you said, is awkward. The ending of the season. How much of an emotional roller coaster is it for you? Like between unfinished business, then obviously health, but you couldn't end it the way you probably wanted to.
Yeah, that's for sure. Nobody wants this kind of end. But after first disappointment, first 2 days, now you have seen what the world is going and what have happened. So I think this was the right decision for sure. And that was that was necessary to do. That was very important. And yeah, like you said, unfinished work. But in the end, that I just hope that everybody stay healthy and the hockey will come back for sure. And that's not the most important thing right now. So I just wish all of the world and Germany, Finland, everywhere, just people stay healthy.
Now, let's talk about hockey a little bit. Last 2 years, what have you learned working here in Frankfurt?
Actually, right now it's hard to say one thing. There is like million things for sure what I have been worked, but I don't know, to be as a coach from the professional team, to working with young guys, that's pretty common for me. I have done that. To working with the experienced guys, that was the new thing for me. To work this kind of environment, this front of these fans, front of this big club, I think that's the most important thing what I've been learning. There is inside million things, but also inside that what's have changed as a junior go to pro coach, it's just hockey. I have to focus, and I have learned this, that the most important thing where you can affect is your own job, is your team, is your coaching staff, everything. So I have learned this kind of mental things too in these last 2 years.
Now, obviously, some players were here for both years that you coached here, but in the end, it was still two different teams. What would you say stood out about each team?
Yeah, I think last team was It was a little bit different in one point when you compare in this season team. There was a lot of character in the last team. There was that was great time with them too. We finished. We played good games and we played pretty good hockey. And I think in this season we take the steps what we want to take as a sport-wise organization to how to practice and everything. I think that was the biggest change from last season. I think this season we played more like super and great games, how it really looks what we want to be as a how the five guys working in the team, how the teams work and everything. But like I said, it's like you have to both teams get success. It's like to comparing to your own kids, so it's hard to do it. So it's that's what I mean. I'm very satisfied, and of course I appreciate the work what both teams did.
Now, since this is the last interview, if you have to pick one player that improved the most in those 2 years, or maybe surprised you the most in those 2 years, now you don't have to be shy. You can name one guy.
Yeah, it's hard and it's easy. For sure, now I think from this version of Max Eisenmenger from this season, I think he present the work what we have done here and what he have done. That's the most important thing. You always have to remember that the players inside have to be the fire to develop himself. That's the one thing. And of course, I would say that our captain in last two years, I don't know, did he improve so much as a hockey player anymore, but he was very important from the judging with the coaches and the players, and I think he's the great leader, and yeah, that's I think the two players if I can name someone.
Now you're going back home, obviously, and there's another Finn coming here to Frankfurt, Olli Salo. What do you know about him, and what kind of guy, what kind of coach is he?
Yeah, we worked together, I think, 4 years, 2 years in the same team, and or 5 years. But anyway, he's a good coach. He's a great great guy. He know what to do. His teams always played very good hockey. He know how to success and everything. So I think the Löwen is ready for the next season to fight for the cup for sure with under Olli.
Sounds good. Last couple questions. When you look back, or when you will be in Finland, what will you miss about the Löwen and about Frankfurt?
For sure, I totally miss the and the atmosphere in the games. That's the most important thing. What I'm gonna miss, the people around me. I'm gonna miss a lot. We have great coaching staff. They work very, very hard. Franz did a great job as a GM. You don't get the better GM for sure. He's a great, and all the club and everything. Like, I'm gonna miss a lot for sure. And like I said, the fans, how they treat us, how they support us. You remember we have been 3 goals down, and they make standing ovation. They want to push us, and then we win the games. Like, this kind of feeling you don't get in the places, not much places. So yeah, that's, I think, the most important thing. What me and my family are gonna miss.
Is there anything you still want to say to the fans?
Yeah, for sure. I would like to join in German, but I would love to say it clear. So I really love the time in here. I really appreciate the fans, what they bring here, and they are the very, very important thing in our system. And the most important thing, like I said, the games here and how hard to play against us. Front of those fans, it's very important. Let's keep going, and hopefully we see you soon. Vielen Dank und gute Arbeit und herzlich. Ich liebe Löwen-Fans. Danke.
Radio Bob und die Löwen Frankfurt rocken die Liga.